My name is Aaron Golden. I was a writer and an executive producer on the film Falling Overnight, our film here at Sonoma International Film Festival.
And my name is Parker Croft, and I was a writer as well as an actor on the film, and was an executive producer on the film as well.
And in a sentence, on the night before he could lose everything, Elliot finds Chloe.
In 2 sentences, it tracks a young man's journey of overcoming the isolation of sickness. A while ago, Conrad, the director, and I had worked on a television pilot, and Conrad was interested in working with me on a feature. So he came to me with the idea of sort of a time-constrained piece that would focus on a young man's sort of I guess sickness over one night. He would potentially be dying in the morning or something like that. It was pretty vague. And so from there, I'd worked with Aaron on a couple shorts before, and I was like really excited to work with Aaron on a feature, so I really wanted Aaron to be on the writing team, and the three of us developed it from there.
Fleshed it out and figured out what it was going to be. I think for me, what really sort of attracted me was, I mean, it's a movie about a young man with a brain tumor. And he has surgery to remove it at 10 a.m. in the morning. And I guess contrasting the really highs and lows of, falling in love with this young woman, having this great night, contrasted with this, sort of young mortality. Yeah, well, Falling Overnight was really sort of two groups of filmmakers coming together. It was Conrad, our director, his producing partner, Jed Ryan, and his wife, Elizabeth Jackson, who was our other producer, and then our crew, which was sort of Parker, me, and Christian Yeager, an executive producer, and a couple other people. And so we had these two groups that came together and sort of saw what happened, and sort of different styles and different views, but it really sort of, I think going into the next thing, we really learned sort of what our own strengths and weaknesses are, and the fact that this team sort of takes care of some of the weaknesses, like especially Conrad, Parker, and I, that like I can tell you everything that's wrong with Conrad and Parker, and I'm sure they can tell, Parker can tell them everything that's wrong about Conrad and me, and so the three of us are really good at sort of,
filling in each other's sort of
those holes,
whatever.
and like that is why I think, talking about moving forward, I mean, it is incredibly hard to make a film, and what we did wasn't even possible, 20 years ago. So it's one of the things
10 years ago.
We have this sort of we have this chance to sort of take hold of our filmmaking careers and can really have some control creatively over the projects we do. And it's one of those things that it's sort of, it's easy to say, oh, these guys pissed me off and I'm going my separate ways, but like, we sort of understand the, sort of the opportunity.
It could literally never have happened with any other sort of set of people, I think. I mean,
and obviously, life is, we're going to change some personnel. Hopefully we'll have a little more support as we move forward.
Guys clipped.
Yeah, I'm going to go find a job, but but I would see, and like obviously life is long. Hopefully we have many films in our future, and we probably won't work on every one together.
Please God, let me go on another team.
But no, we're happy. We're absolutely thrilled with the team we have.
Wow.
I can tell you, I mean, certainly for me, I thought I knew what hard work was, and I learned a whole new level of hard work. I think, it's one of the things I really kind of give Crofty over here credit for, was that I think, we have a way of thinking that we're doing, I'm doing all the work I can possibly do. But with Parker, you're never done all the work you can possibly do. But honestly, this thing doesn't get done if you don't work just insanely hard and when you're burnt out and bored and want to do anything besides working on the movie, you still work on the movie because it's that important. And I think just sort of finally learning what your parents meant when they said, you work hard and you can do anything, it really sort of came into fruition.
Yeah, I guess this is my first feature, this is my first kind of film as a filmmaker, really, and I guess I really sort of learned about working like as a team. Honestly, like with a short, you can kind of, do everything, and that's fine. You can get away with it because the time commitment is, whatever, a week or a month or whatever. But when it's something that's kind of as hard as making a feature film, you need a lot of people that are really, really passionate about working on it. And I don't know, I kind of found a really good team that I love working with, so I guess that's what I found.
Well, I have a good friend who sort of, his motto is do, reflect, do again. And I think that is sort of how we're taking, the stance here, that, everything's kind of moved really fast, and, we want to have that time for reflection and to say, this is what was great about this process, this is what we wish we could have done differently and moving forward. But I think, pushing ourselves and, keeping those deadlines there and not really sort of, we're not at the stage in our career where we can take a 3-month trip to Barbados to become creatively recharged. It's one of those things that right now, I mean, we have momentum now, and we still got to keep sort of moving. But I think, the point is to take time and sort of analyze what we liked and what we would sort of do differently next time.
Yeah, I don't know. You told me, someone said this. I don't remember who said this, but learning is remembering, and so I just want to remember all the things that I learned on this film. And
easier said than done.
It's really, it's all done, and you're like, oh, that was easy, that was all done. We're all good here now. Let's make another movie.
And your brain likes to sort of block out some of the bad stuff that went down. It's like, I don't like thinking about that. So, hopefully we can think about that because it's useful moving forward.
Yeah.
We have a couple projects sort of kicking around. I mean, one of the things that I think we learned was that if you're going to go ahead with a feature, it's a huge time commitment, huge energy commitment, and years of your life. And I think that we really sort of feel like we want to make sure that the next project is something that we can honestly be passionate about for years to come. Both us and Conrad, our director, are big fans of sci-fi, especially sort of that low-budget mumblecore sci-fi type of feel. So that's something that we're playing around with, some other stories from our own lives. So it's one of those things that, as of right now, I guess we don't really necessarily have an exact sort of script or project pinned down, but we're very, very much in creative, brainstorming mode. And I would guess within the next, weeks, if months, if not weeks, we have a project that we're really going on.
And I just say that we've all talked together, and we're all pretty dead set on working together again. Conrad as a director, and Aaron and I will probably be writing the next feature together. So, I don't know.